Yes, sir. It's a plea. DWI. I need the clause number. Let's see.
Here, last it's 253-0471.
Thank you, Judge.
Are you gonna do him right after?
Khalil Perez, come up.
Before this courtroom even gets rolling, you need to understand what's at stake here. We're looking at a high-risk DWI case involving a defendant who blew over 0.15 BAC, that's nearly double the legal limit, and a judge who is not here to play games. What starts as a simple plea deal quickly turns into a powerful warning about consequences, second chances, and the brutal financial reality behind drunk driving charges. But just when things seem straightforward, another case enters the courtroom with a fresh felony warrant appearing in real time. The question is, are these defendants getting lucky or digging themselves deeper? Let's break it down.
You have more than one or just?
Well, the other one they're not ready on yet, so we'll hold it off on the fugitive issue.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Steven was checking to see if we're ready.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. Shh. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 2 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done. You were pleading guilty to this offense now, and it is going on your record. Is it a 0.15 or above?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above breath alcohol concentration, Mr. Khalil Perez?
Yes.
You need to understand that by this going on your record, it's going to be there for the rest of your life. Whenever you get pulled over by an officer, the first thing they're going to look at your criminal history. If they see that you have a prior DWI and then they come to your car and they smell alcohol, it's very possible things will not go very well for you. If I were you, even if you had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car and drive because it could cost you a lot. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for a DWI that you may pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand?
Yes.
You need to understand that you also give up many valuable rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You also give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off. This is what you want to do.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, send you to the 2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I am now going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive. If you drive and you get pulled over, it's on a possible suspended license and it's just like a DWI, Class B misdemeanor. Tell me about the fee.
Judge, I'm appointed on this case.
What does he do for a living?
I'll be straight with you, Judge. I didn't inquire a lot about that.
Remodeling.
What kind of money do you make a month?
¿Qué clase de dinero gana? ¿Qué tanto te gana usted mensual?
3,200 mensuales.
3,200 monthly.
You need to understand, Mr. Khalil Perez, that I want you to understand that DWI is big business in the United States. And there are surcharges that DPS puts on your license when you plead guilty to these offenses. A DWI second, there is a surcharge of $6,000, not to mention court costs. So if you pick up another one, you could be very well facing up to around $7,000 in fines and fees. $20, an Uber, $30 will take you wherever you want to go. If you want to get loaded, if you want to have 15 beers, 32 shots of tequila, take an Uber. Everybody is allowed to make a mistake in life. But when you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, we only have one place for you. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
I will waive your fines and fees now, but if you come back, get ready, because it's not going to be a good ride. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, I have another case.
So it's 4,500 plus whatever for costs are to waive. 45, yeah, it's
This right here is one of the most important moments in the entire hearing. And it's not just about punishment, it's about perspective. The judge isn't just handing down a sentence, he's exposing the true cost of a DWI, and it goes far beyond jail time. We're talking thousands of dollars in surcharges, long-term record consequences, and escalating penalties if this happens again. And then comes that brutally simple comparison, a $20 to $30 Uber versus potentially $7,000 in fines and a criminal record. That's not just legal advice, that's real-world logic hitting hard. Now think about it. How many people ignore this exact warning every day? Was this defendant genuinely remorseful or just relieved to avoid harsher punishment? And more importantly, will this actually change his behavior moving forward?
when you have a class A, because of the 0.15 or above, it kicks it up to $4,500. Okay,
Judge, I have a Mr. Angel Ventura on today's docket. Case is kind of old.
Q.
Hey, Judge. Todd Miller, we have a plea.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
I got his, he had an ankle monitor and I got that waived, but there was an issue with the back pay or thing what it, for some reason it wasn't waived to begin with.
Guys, I see he's got a felony warrant.
Well, there wasn't one. I checked about an hour ago. Okay.
He's on probation for credit card abuse, picks up this assault, and I'm looking now, there's a felony warrant for an assault on a security officer, assault of a peace officer.
That case has already been opened, and he's been.
I remember it being open. I remember that we've had issues with this, but I maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Regardless, I mean, we're going to do this now. It's just that if there's an open warrant, I'm going to have to take you into custody. I don't know. It appears to be so, but the computer's been wrong before. Yeah. Take your time. No rush. Mr. Miller, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 4 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You need to understand that by pleading guilty to this offense, there are consequences that may arise. If you're on probation or parole, this can be used against you, which would result in further confinement. Do you understand? Do you still want to go forward with this?
We'd like to see you check with the warrant. I mean, if he's going to be going in, and we may want to hold off on the plea today.
Okay, it's up to you here.
Who was issued to the judge?
Hmm?
Who was issued and warning so.
They just, Hugh, it's weird because when I looked earlier this morning, because I knew he had bond violations here. The reason you're here now is because you have bond violations, right? And when I looked earlier, there was no warrant. And when I just pulled it up now to look, a warrant has been issued. They issued a warrant 8 minutes ago.
Okay.
And we does this give a reason why?
Bond condition violation.
There you go.
Okay.
Mr. Miller, when you're on bond, there are conditions that you must follow. And when you don't, there are consequences.
As right this moment, it is not current, it is sitting on the judge's thing to be signed.
He's saying it's,
They issued it on the clerks, but it hasn't been signed, so it's not.
That's where I'm seeing it, but it is not showing up in Jim's as of this.
I need to know what you want to do. Do you want to go forward with this plea or do you want
Will
to?
he be going into custody because it hasn't been signed yet?
He's got bond violations with me. He's on probation, picks up a case. Now he picks up a felony case. He's got bond violations with me.
Yes, but if we do the plea in here, the bond violations are
Yeah, if you do the plea, then you do the plea. It's up to you guys.
signed
Yeah,
yet.
I'm,
Okay.
if it's not signed, no, because we can't do anything to,
What I will do, I will just verify, just to make sure If he could be able, I would just call in.
I would just be, Mr. Miller, see, you're skirting a very thin line, man. You know, you tell me what you want to do.
Well, if he can leave today, I think that's what you'd like to do, is take the.
If we do the plea and she hasn't signed it, I have nothing to hold him. But you need to understand that it may at some point happen. So
He does have court for this case, the felony case next week, so that would give him some time to get something set up with a bondsman and get something worked out.
I don't know. So do you still want to go through with this, Mr. Miller? So, yes? Okay, so you were charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 4 days in jail, credit for the 4 days that you've done. Understand that, like I told you, there are a lot of rights that you're giving up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this back. Will go on your record and it's going to be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? If you're on probation or parole, you also need to understand that by pleading guilty to this, they can revoke that probation or parole and it can result in further confinement. Do you understand? Do you still want to do this? Okay. How do you plead to the offense of assault, bodily injury, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to 4 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 4 days that you've done. I will roll your court costs so you won't know anything. And good luck to you, sir.
This courtroom session delivers a powerful reminder of how the justice system balances accountability, discretion, and second chances. In the first case, the defendant avoided extended jail time, but walked away with a permanent record, financial consequences, and a crystal clear warning. One more mistake, and the penalties escalate dramatically. The judge showed restraint, but also made it clear that future leniency is off the table. In the second case, things became far more unpredictable. A last-minute felony warrant introduced real legal uncertainty, forcing both the court and defense to make decisions under pressure. Despite that, the defendant proceeded with the plea, accepting immediate consequences while potentially facing even more serious ones ahead. Cases like these highlight a critical truth. What may seem like a small decision in the moment can have long-term legal and personal consequences that follow you for life. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.